we gotta get rid of them fucking hags too. Or ZAPH is never gonna get a good night's sleep.
No, she was in a cage.
Yeah, I don't know why they hate me in particular. I mean, I know why they hate me.
Well, it was your mission, wasn't it? We went there based on your dream.
I also had the whole like angel wings sprouting right outside their burnt down.
Yeah, I think the eye was staring you down first.
Yes, it was.
God, my fucking dogs.
I think you might have said something immediately after to the eye. I don't remember though.
I noticed it. I don't know if I said anything to it.
That was so long ago. You know, 4 days.
I think I might have hit it. I don't even think it was 4 days.
I think we might get arrested today, guys.
Are you guys ready to see the town square?
Let's see what we can do.
Sure. Nothing. We can't do anything. We're exhausted.
It's fine. I can still hit things. You all can still hit things-ish. You have cantrips.
Sure.
Oh man.
All right, folks. Do you guys want to go through a recap? It's been a little while since the session, but if it sounds like you already recapped, then we can just hop right into it. Let's go with everybody. Ready to roll?
Wait, did we recap?
Yeah, we kind of chatted about some stuff. You want me to do a real recap? Or somebody else want to do it?
I can do it, or you can do it if you want to.
Go for it.
All right. So last session we picked up, I think was last session the one that we picked up where we were looting?
Yeah.
Or is it right? No, I think it was actually as we were exploring the city and about to meet up. I think we were meeting up.
ALEXI and IREENA were heading back into town at the beginning of the session.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the one where we loot, I think.
The ravens were flying all over the place.
Yep. So yeah, Lexi and IREENA were meeting back up. I'm good to have some notes up because I think I remember what happened. And as they get back. Oh, okay. Well, looking at the notes, IREENA did tell Lexi everything about Lady Voctor. That's probably good to know. I think to this point, Alexi's the only one who really knows about what happened with their conversation.
No, everybody does. I also told WAES and I told ALEXI. Oh, everyone but REYLYNN knows.
Is that?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because you didn't know if you could trust ZAPH.
Yeah, IREENA went to talk to WAES and she had a private conversation with ZAPH too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if ZAPH knows or not. But back at the church, WAES and IREENA, WAES and REYLYNN were talking about Isik and Isik's role. Not only just his relationship with REYLYNN, but also how he could help the party. And while we're waiting for IREENA and ALEXI to get back, Ray and WAES were cleaning up the church. ZAPH had just flown in from his trip around the city. He talks to everyone about how everything is doing, all the different stuff we didn't see. Basically just recapping what Devin told us. And I think I talked to Ray a bit about the entity inside of him and inside of Isik, how it could be controlled, or how it controls them and how it could be tamed. And ZAPH kind of suggested giving a mercy kill to Isik if his entity is causing him enough pain. On their way back, ALEXI and IREENA do find Melvin. He's just sitting at the Voctor house, eating some hay.
At the Voctor stables, which is a slightly different place, but...
Gotcha. Yeah, near the Voctor property, but not their house. But they just leave him. He didn't seem in danger. There was no people around or anything to really hurt him, so he was just sitting there munching. As everyone gets back to the church, we wrap things up for the night and go to bed. IREENA and Gertruda sleep together for a bit. WAES just finishes up his meditation so he can do some things the second half of the long rest. Ray kind of finishes up taking care of the people, the refugees of sorts, I guess you could say, in the church, and talks with the father and does some spiritual cleric meditation shit. Although it wasn't so spiritual for a while, because in the midst of this meditation, he went into like a full-blown fight with a fire demon.
Had like 12 hit points or something, man. Like, what were you thinking?
With no spell slots.
I had no idea when we got into that.
But you know, he backed out in time. He didn't die in there. I don't know what would have happened if
I had a conversation. We exchanged a couple blows. I'm gonna be
bada
a little
bing,
more
bada
prepared
boom.
next time.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So will he.
Yeah. I'm sure.
IREENA and WAES talk. I'm assuming that was during their watch was the time that IREENA told WAES about the whole ESIC thing. In the middle of their watch, the Vallaki guard with ESIC among them go door to door, knock on people's doors, telling them that they need to wake up and go to the festival that it has been is still going on, and if they don't wake up, they're going to be arrested. Yada yada yada. ESIC seems just as tired as everyone else. He doesn't really seem like he wants to be here either, but you know, we use Rey as leverage to kind of win up some time, but clearly we weren't gonna be able to finish that long rest, and we did not. So we wake up pretty dang exhausted, some of us with actual levels of exhaustion, ready to go to the festival. As we get there, we see some guard mostly made up of the widows of already dead soldiers. We see a very, very sad and, some of you could say, soulless group of peasants. The only ones who seem to really have any energy or soul left in them are already on stage playing music or being instructed to do various things for the festival. Although on our way, it is important to note that ESIC and Rey did talk about the entity inside of him, or rather how it is no longer COD, the one that he has known. It is a separate entity. And REYLYNN gives him a pretty serious ultimatum. ESIC has to choose between the entity inside of him, who he seems pretty attached to, or Rey, who he also seems very attached to. So that'll be interesting for the little mental dilemma from ESIC.
ESIC's had a hard day, man.
Yeah. Haven't we all?
Yeah, who hasn't?
But yeah,
but at least he got to sleep, so.
Yeah. With the remainder of the guards and the Burgomaster kind of telling us to get our shit together and start thinking about how we're going to do this little festival here.
Right. So as you were saying, the musicians are playing. The crowd is basically shuffling back and forth or walking in slow, stiff circles to appease the Burgomaster or simply out of habit. Plenty of observers not partaking in the dancing. You know, the Vokters, the Marthakovs, of course, the Burgomaster and his family, as well as most of the other people from Vallaki are here in some form or another. You don't notice the wolf hunters. They seem to still be out of town. They're probably the only notable absences. But the Baron continues shouting at everyone as the music has started to wane. Yes, dance, play, be merry, all will be well, all will be well. Our joys will pierce the mist of this land. Let the parade of flowers begin. And as weary spectators watch from below, the wicker sun is borne down from the stage. It's this giant stick ball to the left of the stage on the map. It's borne down from the stage to the center of the square, where it is picked up by loads of mostly young children and teenagers in dirty clothing, pushing this thing along and dragging it from the front through the square, around up to this platform that is kind of where your characters are right now. But I imagine you guys are actually wherever you want to be right now, that's fine. So with the sorry-looking men and women carrying this, 20-foot diameter ball, move over to the platform. The Burgomaster and his smiling wife, who holds a sad bouquet of wilting flowers, follow the procession on horseback. So they make their way over there. Most of the family and guards do. And then there's hoisted and hung from a 15-foot high wooden scaffold, and townsfolk take turns going up the steps and splashing oil on it that's been handed out to them, to the crowd, as sort of like a party favor. You guys are all also given small cups of oil, and you're invited to go up to the steps and splash oil on the wicker ball if you want. The whole town's participating, but you don't have to.
No, I'm just gonna pocket that crap.
Watching.
Yeah.
Pocketing. Okay. All right. So there it is, hoisted and hung up on the wooden scaffold. After all of the townsfolk have done their finished their turn, the Baron lights a torch from his horseback, and proudly holding it up in a show of defiance to the cloudy skies above him. Sauntering up on his horse, he stretches his torch up to the wooden effigy, still dripping with oil. And as the wicker sun awaits its infernal fire, a white flash of light. What's that?
Right before he does that, I cast Sacred Flame and hit it.
Okay, very good. You hit it with Sacred Flame. It goes up with the torch, and as the white flash of light hits, a violent thunderclap, and suddenly rain comes down on the entire ceremony, basically dousing the ball, running oil off. He still is trying to light it, and your Sacred Flame, you can actually see pops of flame forming from the inside. It seems to take a little smoldering and then go out. You think you might be able to light it with something a little bit stronger. You can see the Baron right now struggling and kind of cursing under his breath. He looks around. All will be well. All will be well. To a crowd that's kind of shuffling back and forth. Did you want to follow up with anything?
I got nothing to follow up with.
No, let him stumble, man.
I just wanted to see his glory a little bit.
I'd like to send an anonymous little psychic blade to the rump of his horse.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Yes. Yes, WAES.
That was great.
That's a 15 to hit. Well,
sure.
I guess. Yep. Well, hold on. That's just what I rolled. Sorry.
It hits.
I forgot how this works.
How do I D&D?
Yeah. So that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. I'm not trying to kill the horse at all.
Okay.
I'm trying to merely get it to be startled and.
All right, so you kind of nick the horse off the rump, and as the Baron is reaching down, he sees his torch has gone out, and as the rain's pouring down, he reaches down, orders another guard to hand me a fiery torch. The horse takes off, and he does a full somersault back off of it. Let me do a quick. Oh man, look at me with
nice.
No dice.
Sounds like everybody already might be happy.
All is well.
Let's see. Here we go. A little dex check to see how he does. All right. Yeah. So he falls on his ass. Takes a little bit of damage. You see a little bit of blood running down his nose, but his pants are, soiled. He's sitting in a big mud puddle as the rain has already started collecting. And
I'm gonna lean over to ZAPH and whisper, "Don't clean this one up."
Okay, so as the party kind of sits there twiddling their thumbs, just watching what happens, a singular laugh erupts from the crowd, drawing the Burgomaster's fiery gaze, as well as gasps from the townsfolk hearing this laughter come out. It comes from somebody that you may recognize from around town but haven't met, somebody named Ivanka, one of the newest of the town's militia, one of the widows, and the guard squeaks out a laugh and abruptly quiets it. The other guards are aghast at Ivanka's ill-timed outburst. The Burgomaster immediately has Ivanka arrested for spite, and he has her locked up right now and is moving her over to the stocks. The Baron screams into the growing storm, "This will not stop our joyous celebration of light. Come, our talented special guests will entertain and delight, while that troublemaker is locked up and can sit without the joys of the festival. Come, all will be well. Newcomers, please, friends, come, collect to the stage. We need to get everybody ready. And he asks everybody to go return to the stage and begin the talent show as the wicker ball is left unlit, hanging from the scaffold, dripping with oil.
I guess we trudge, half carrying each other.
Are the stocks up on the stage? So is Ivanka now up on the stage?
No, the stocks are on this separate platform over here. On the right-hand side.
Okay, I gotcha.
Also,
So
am I seeing this?
Yeah, this is the stage he's calling everybody to come over to. That's why
Okay.
I don't like using maps whenever we're not in initiative. It's like not everybody's in that place, so just kind of listen to my words more than the map right now. But yeah, drawing everybody over to the main stage, and Ivanka is taken over about 50 feet away to the stocks and locked up all by herself. A donkey head, a white plastered donkey head, is put on her head from another guard who they seem to be friends, and the guard sort of apologizing to her as she's locking her up.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I seeing this correctly? All exits are blocked with barricades.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly ways around. They're rough barricades, but they're meant to keep people in.
Okay.
Certainly. It would not be any kind of check to walk around them, but it would draw the attention of people watching them.
Just in case we need to make a quick exit, I'm just scoping out the exits.
I hear you. So you guys are brought back to the stage. A couple of minutes pass as everyone's collected. You can smell the roasting meat from a nearby vendor, and people being upset about the lack of wine, and plenty of complaining as it's just dirty water to wash this wet meat down with. And they're all in all, people are getting pretty bored. And you're shuffled up stage right and waiting for the cue to begin your performance. From behind a curtain is brought forth a pale, young, gaunt, skinny youth with matted black hair and slumped shoulders, heels basically digging into the dirt as he's pushed from behind. He says, "Dad, I don't want to! Dad!" And his pale blue eyes widen all of a sudden at the sight of the party as he sees you all collected there next to the stage. Dad! That's the douche that tried to kill me in the attic. He's right there. That elf, I told you, he's right there. I'm not crazy. The Burgomaster turns to him and says, "Shut up, you twit. I'm sick of your excuses and your lies. You would have been more useful as a stain in your mother's undergarments. Now get out there and stop making such a fucking disappointment out of yourself." And he's sort of thrust out onto stage by himself by the Burgomaster himself as the opening act to this talent show. And he's kind of awkwardly shuffling back and forth and doesn't seem, he's kind of fuming and looking over at WAES, who he recognizes, but nobody else in the party seems that familiar to him. And the others on stage, musicians and guards, are obviously looking in the other direction, kind of turning a blind eye or ear to the father-son discussion. So he defeatedly steps up and says, "So I guess you all want me to tell a joke or something?" He scans the first row of the crowd and seems to focus in on a slow-witted farmer in the front row with dirty clothes on. "Okay, try this one on. How do you know if Strahd von Zorovich is coming over for dinner, huh? He pauses a moment and glances around, waving a small little feather in front of him, some of you see. "Because my father has set the table for him." And the crowd seems stunned at the blasphemy that his son has produced. And the simpleton in the front row clutches his sides, emitting a shriek of laughter so loud and may be heard in the Vistani camp outside of town. He falls to the floor, laughing so hard it looks like it hurts, unable to contain himself. And Victor rushes off stage, leaving absolute fuming Burgomaster behind.
I'm applauding.
He doesn't recover from his rage. Yeah. You guys are giving him that little applause, and he quickly kind of makes an exit down south and sort of disappears in the burnt down rubble behind some trees. The Burgomaster, with an even wider grin, looks over to you and says, "You on stage now! Fix this, or else perform like your lives depend on it." And that is your cue. The audience awaits.
We all huddle together for 2 seconds, start whispering. Okay, who's going first?
I am ready.
ZAPH should go first.
Can we still do the stocks? Is that a thing?
I need a minute.
I mean,
Oh God, this is a disaster.
Until I tell everybody to come on over here. Look, I'll show you how strong I am.
Okay. We take them over there. Okay.
In it, so I can't break it with her in it. But I could break the lock, I guess.
What is on stage with us? Because I thought you had said the stocks were on stage with us.
I thought that as well.
Let's say there's 2 stocks on stage if that helps with your performance. They've got stocks
It
on
does.
every stage.
Stocks on stocks on stocks. Do it.
Okay, so if there's one,
I did
even
say
if
that,
it's
but now
empty-
this map is different, so that's how it goes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Even if it's empty, we want it.
Yep, there's a couple stocks on here just in case.
I need 2 at least.
Yeah.
Am I still going first, or
I think you then WAES, REYLYNN.
I can
What
go
did you
after
decide?
that, and I think I've got something that will be a good transition for ALEXI, and I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to cast dancing lights and start circling them around the stage.
Yep.
Okay, great.
and that
In
also
the rain,
I,
you can see what color are they?
I think I'm going to make them multicolored. So
Nice.
orange, blue, green, red.
It makes this sort of
And they're blinking.
stroboscopic display as it's going through this heavy downpour now, and sort of reflecting auras of their own colors shifting in the rain. It's quite an effect.
and ZAPH cast both president like back behind stage. Who cast both Presidentation to give himself like a sparkle, and Minor Illusion to give himself like a halo and like a nice like angelic visage. And he
Okay.
walks out on stage with like wings unfurled and like arms out wide.
We're all cheering backstage. Woo!
Yeah, and it gets a couple of the people going. If
Nice.
nothing else, just parroting. Woo! And that's the dancing lights. That's your display. How long does it go on for? How do you end it?
Nah, it's a cantrip, so it's gonna stay up.
All right.
I'll just
how do
keep-
they know? Is this just like background, or is this your performance? Like, how do they know? When
No. I'm just I'm the lighting crew.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is all nice atmosphere for the first
Yeah.
act to come.
I whispered to ZAPH right before he leaves. What kind of color lights do you want?
Purple.
Purple. They become purple.
Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, we've got lights set. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. The awkward, empty stage awaits you.
All right, ZAPH kind of clears his throat. Quite a bit of energy in this crowd, is there not?
You still hear
You
the
do
one
it,
guy in the
stand up.
front row laughing his ass off at the previous joke. And it's currently the only sound echoing through the crowd.
Well, I have a story for you nonetheless. Hopefully it does not fall upon empty ears, though it might have an impact on you if you do listen. It's entirely up to you as well. Oh, Adi left.
Yeah, let's wait a second. I bet she wants to hear this.
I didn't practice this, so
Sounded good so far.
Welcome back.
So sorry.
all good.
Go ahead, Alex.
All right. A boy in a world of beauty and goodness took for granted his luxuries and fell in a trap of indulgence and lust, which is perhaps normal for you, meant impurity and punishment for this foolish boy. He was sentenced to a land, an entirely new world, that was disgusting and dreadful. He was tasked with duties, near impossible, to make it back home. His powers were lost, and he struggled to survive, but he pushed forward. And back home, they were surprised. He was maturing, more of a man than a boy, but not yet redeemed. Slowly but surely, his powers returned. But the task grew much grander, and the hope to return home was harder to muster. Yet he continued, and struggled, and a good thing he did, because he met a group so great that he was happy to live on. Difficult as they were, the jobs now had meaning, for he was making friends along with progress towards his main goal. With this group, things did seem possible, until a land of mist had trapped them, unfortunately that day. Stuck here, they felt lost. So vast, so troubled, it was hard to find footing, but roots of passion were planted, and they were driven to a road never ending. Their job had transitioned to saviors, large scale, of the land of Barovia. You all are but a stop on this road that they have taken. Tragedies have struck, but to us they are not new. This land is a tragedy in nature, and will not change, unless you all, the people, put in a good bit of effort, and fight for your lives. Not follow orders from an old tyrant, but know what is good. If an angel who once lived with luxury can still find reasons every single day to risk his life for this land, you can too. With hope, with passion, and with the help of our own group.
Very nice. Very nice.
Applause, all of the applause everywhere, screaming, chanting.
Well, we'll see. Please
From
make
me.
I cast
please make
resistance.
please make a performance check.
Who has thaumaturgy?
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage if you have exhaustion, I believe.
Yep.
Can I help him with
double,
the lights? Nope.
double
Not in this
14.
case.
It's fine.
Very
Okay.
nice.
That's a 22.
Okay, and now make a persuasion roll.
Oh, I was meant to make this check. That's an 8 plus 8. That's 16.
Okay. So you seem very effective at moving the crowd. They kind of get out of their stupor a little bit. You see some more direct eye contact instead of 1,000-yard stares. You overall see a pretty good reaction as more than golf claps. You hear about 30 or 40% give some real mediocre claps as you seem to have reached some people. And to the side of the stage, there's a piece of wood with some markings on it. And as the claps grow, there's a guy with his hand kind of like, oh, and it kind of gets up to the middle and he marks down a number for you. Okay. Not bad, not bad. What the guard says. Next up, they don't seem happy yet.
WAES, what color lights do you want, WAES?
I want some low lights, red, and with a spotlight on me, please.
Boom.
Okay. So the spotlight comes up on WAES and and is looking very mysterious, and he says in a louder than you would think voice, have you ever wondered if there's things out there that you've never seen? And he snaps his fingers and little flash of light comes out from, just a little.
You get some people from the
powder that
outskirts
he
sort of
has.
making their way closer to the stage. Kind of
Yeah.
grouping around now.
And and then he says, have you ever wondered if there's things out there you could have that you never thought possible? And he snaps his other fingers and a little flash of light comes.
Ooh.
And then because he has no instruments, he just starts going da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum.
The lights are pulsing along.
Yeah. And then so he's looking for the little kids to start with, right? And he finds a little kid up and he jumps in front of him and he's like, have you ever thought that out of nothing you could have a copper coin? And gives him a copper coin and then goes da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum-da-da-dum-dum-dum, and then goes over to another small child and was like, say copper coin. And the kids,
Oh yeah, all of them, all the orphanage kids, plus a couple that actually have parents in this town. They're all running to the stage like kids at a baseball game trying to get that one foul ball.
yeah, so the little kid says copper coin and he kind of reaches, like he pulls out of his mouth, what's that? It's a copper coin. And then just goes da-da-dum, da-da-dum, dum-dum, da-da-dum, dum-dum, and then goes over to another kid and
It says gold coin.
And then I look at him and I shake my head, and then gold coin!
Yeah.
Dream big. So I'm 1 gold coin, 2 coppers so far.
You see 2 kids immediately bolt after him, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and he starts running.
Yeah. And then I kind of go dun-dun-dun as I go back to the stage. Dun, 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 hop up, and then say, "Did you ever think that possibly, if you tried, you could get more than you thought? Right now, I have a bag of 10 gold coins in my left hand, and I'm gonna say." I need you to believe. And as I say that, I throw my arms like that, so that I throw the, it's a gesture to kind of, and the bag goes up, and I shoot a psychic blade at it, so that the bag breaks, and 10 gold coins kind of splatter across the crowd.
All right, make an attack roll. We're gonna give this thing an AC of 12.
And that's a 16.
All right, it bursts. The coins going everywhere,
without
making
even
quite the spectacle. As the gold explodes from the bag, it picks up all the different colors that are bouncing off of the stage and reflecting off of the rain, and it's all of a sudden an incredible magical moment, even for these dead brains, citizens.
And I, like that. So I'm still kind of like that, and I'm like, happiness is there. If you just seize it from somebody that makes you unhappy.
Right. All right. Still keeping it subtle, I see.
Yep. And then, yep.
Very nice. Very nice. Please follow that up with a performance roll.
Dun.
That felt very much like that one magic movie, Now You See Me.
Oh, I thought you meant Magic Mike.
Way less dick than that.
That's I'm zero performance, so that's just a straight 14.
Okay, that's still pretty good. And please make a persuasion check.
Ooh. Okay. 19.
Persuasion 19. Okay, so you see entertainment, especially with the parents who are happy not to have to stress over their kids who are entertained for once. But you also see, after the last 2 performances, plenty of adults sort of like, whispering over and talking to each other and sort of looking at the Burgomaster and just shaking their head. Obviously, there's some things in the last few talent show performances that they don't seem all that content with being here in the rain, even though the performances seem to be pretty darn solid so far.
All right, so
I was talking without writing it down. What was the persuasion roll one more time? It was like a
19.
19. Okay.
And I used 11 gold and 2 copper.
Excellent. All right. So as you finish your performance, and check that real quick. 14 is a +1 on the applaudometer. Excellent. So the meter kind of comes up halfway, and the guy's moving his hand a little bit more as you get not only some more than moderate applause, but a couple of, yeah, that's what I'm saying towards the end of it as well. And the guard's like, all right, they're waking up. Who's next?
All right, so I look over at IREENA, and I'm like, I want white lights, but I want them away for now, and on the Burgomaster when I nod at you. And I look over at ALEXI and I say, I want you to be standing near the stocks, and you'll know what to do when I nod at you. And I start walking up onto the stage.
The ones far away or the ones on the stage?
I sort of, indicate the ones on the stage.
Okay.
By the way, the Burgomaster hasn't been listening to the words or anything like that. He seems to be busy talking to his wife and Isik and making little plans and stuff. They don't seem to be really paying attention right now to any messages.
Okay. Now, nod that I understand.
Same.
All right. So Ray makes his way up onto the stage and kind of finds where's Ezek in the crowd right now?
He's actually right next to the Burgomaster. So he's kind of right on the back of the stage talking to the Burgomaster right next to the wife.
Okay. I'm going to invite basically the rest of my party to join me on the stage, and I'm going to look over at Ezek and say, "Brother, come here, join me."
Ezek takes a moment over to the Burgomaster and says something in his ear. You can't hear what they're saying, but there's a few words back and forth, and says, "Okay." And he pats the Burgomaster on the shoulder and hops up on stage with quite a bit of agility and joins you all up there. He says, "Yes, brother, it is a good festival so far. No, you have been amazing so far. Your group is so talented."
Thank you, brother. I sort of turn to the crowd as I put my arm around Ezek, keeping him close. Sorry, as I was walking up on the stage, I want to cast guidance on myself.
Sure, that's fine. Plenty of weird stuff going on, distractions, rain, no problem.
Okay. So,
Bless you.
I'll sort of address the crowd a bit, and today I wanted to bring a show of wonder and light and glory for the Morning Lord, but as are much of you, I am a little too tired for all of that. So I will call upon my divine power to give me a little bit more energy for this performance, and I will use my Harness Divine Power to gain a 2nd level spell slot back.
Ooh, okay.
And, so I'm just kind of imagining, even if it's not necessarily from the sky, like a little radiance sort of pouring over me as I do this, giving the crowd a little bit of a show. And I turn back to them and say, "So instead I will regale you with, well, yet another tale. A tale of a town down on their luck, but maybe at a turning point. A tale of a town that is saved by the grace of the Morning Lord at the last minute. A town that watched its citizens fight for their lives, fighting against vampire spawn that was hidden behind the city walls, while we," as I sort of hug Ezek in a little bit closer, and sort of take my shield and indicate to the rest of my party on the stage with me. "While we fought alongside them, we saw so many things. But the most surprising of all was the brave guards surrounding the Burgomaster's house, while the vampire spawn hung citizens, both loreborn and noble alike, telling him to come out or they would continue to die. Well, now we are told that we don't believe enough." And I turn to the guards and I say, "No!" And sort of, "What more could we possibly give?" And I sort of nod to IREENA and say, "As your leader, cowards away!" And I say,
All right, so and the spotlight pops up on Vargas's
Yep.
face. He's kind of shocked. He's, what are they saying over there?
Listening.
and I sort of turn to the nobles and say, "The time for change!" As I nod to ALEXI quietly, "is now!"
And I get my battle axe and I smash the stock that I'm standing next to.
Oh my! So Baron says, "This is outrageous! Guards, arrest them! Put them in the other stocks!" And you see all the guards from the crowd start slowly
Just a moment.
marching onto the stage.
I move to the next stock and I smash that one too.
Okay. Yep. And now the guards are obviously very trepidatious. They're kind of looking at you and looking at the Burgomaster, and they have not been trained for this. They have weapons, but they're holding them kind of shaky in their hands. And Ezek, first of all, is shocked, and he says, "Brother, I don't understand. What is your plan here?"
I yell to the crowd, "You do not have to follow this tyrant anymore. Stand up for yourselves. Do not let him ruin your lives like he has ruined so many."
All right, let's get a persuasion check from you, ALEXI.
Oh, good. Wish me luck. Okay. That is 7.
Oh.
So they look at this creature that pops up in front of them, a forked tongue spitting out in their passion, this tail protruding from the back, and these scales start forming over his skin, and it's hard to relate to this creature, but they look over to the angel, even the dark angel, and WAES, who both made really powerful persuasions, and you can see quite a bit of commotion and conversation going on in the crowds. And at this point, Isak rushes over to the Burgomaster, and you see them talking quickly as the gate guards all keep coming onto stage closer and closer. But before they actually make their way up, you all hear a separate voice coming from near the fountain as Fiona Voctor's voice sort of tries to pierce over everything and says... first of all, the Burgomaster has stepped up and is trying to deny things. He says, these are categorically false, the things that they say. I maintain the safety, the well-being of Vallaki. He sees the crowd getting very upset. Says, this town would have perished years ago without me. This is a misinformation campaign spread by the evil Fiona Voctor. And he has no smile on his face. Everything is completely dropped. The guards haven't gotten up on stage, but there's about 12 of them that sort of surround the stage right now with you guys up there.
As soon as he says that, I look over to the guards and say, you, the widows of the ones that protected him, did any of them survive to tell their story? No, they were all outside while he was cowering away inside. I watched him.
One cries out, no, they weren't.
I'm going to use my telepathy to, hopefully he doesn't recognize my voice, speak into the Burgomaster's head and say, kill Fiona Voctor, kill Fiona Voctor.
Whose head?
In the Burgomaster's head.
Okay, so the Burgomaster seems even more outraged.
I also want to send a
persuasion
message.
roll. Or no, sorry, maybe deception. You make it your choice, persuasion or deception, WAES.
Can I do my own?
They're both
message
+3.
Okay, well, yeah, it's your choice, whatever. If you feel like it's more deceptive or just more persuading him.
I would say deceptive, because I'm trying to convince him that this is like a strong feeling. Yeah. I'm trying to deceive. So that's 12 plus 3, 15. I'm trying to make him think that this is a voice in his head just screaming at him to kill Fiona Voctor. Okay,
and ZAPH, what were you saying?
I also want to send a message saying, what's wrong, Burgomaster? Smile, all will be well.
Yeah, so his eyes are darting back and forth, and he says, Victor, is that you? Are you the cause of all of this, you piece of shit? And he says, no, this is all the Fiona Voctor's
I'm gonna
fault.
whisper again.
Crazed.
I'm gonna whisper again. It's Isak's fault.
He says, she's power crazed, determined to take over the city, even if she destroys it in the process. He looks at Isak and the party, and he seems to be paranoid of everyone. And Fiona just says, I'm sorry, but the accusations are not true. I don't want to be Burgomaster. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. As she kind of looks at the party and looks at Isak and sits back down on the fountain. And the Baron turns to bark some orders to Isak and the guards.
At this point, I'm going to try and move, start flashing the lights and bring them down kind of between us and the guards. Not as an attack, but just as a way to gather attention and kind of stop them in their tracks for a minute. And then I'm going to step forward away from the party, and I'm going to transform into Yeska.
Okay. Yep. So that just takes you in action, right? You're like poof,
yes.
And your whole body sort of transforms, shrinks half in size almost, and now you are this, still in your clothes, right? These clothes are sort of draped over you now. Whatever.
Well,
you're wearing.
I also have the hat of disguise, so technically in 12 seconds I can be.
All right. So a quick transformation and all the chaos, and eventually you kind of look like Yeska in his little suspenders and trousers, and
I'd like to be seen.
Okay.
I'm walking forward to be seen.
Yeah, well then you are mutating and transforming around. The Burgomaster sees and calls out for your destruction and screams, Isik, we must gain control. If we lose this square, Strahd will be here tonight. We will not last the night. And you can see Isik's arms start lighting up, and he has a pained look on his face of confusion as he looks around at 30 different potential targets right now as his arms growing brighter and brighter, and you see flames flickering off of his claw tips.
I'd like to speak. If anyone will listen. I don't know if anybody's listening at this point.
How are you going to get them to listen?
I'm going to shout it in Yeska's voice, and I'm going to say, I'm only a simple altar boy, but last night I was braver than most. I did not fight for one man, but for all. I fought for sanctity itself, and then I become one of the widows in the crowd. And I say, I protected my children. Together we watched the locked door rattle as they tore at it for hours, every second thinking the monsters would get through. I become Father Lucian. I protected the weak and afraid of Vallaki at my own expense. My light defeated the darkness. I become one of the widows in armor. I tore the bloody armor from my husband's body and took up his broken sword. My children cry at home alone, no mother or father to watch over their grief. I become Milovoj. I fought for the children you all threw away, those you forgot. I sacrificed my life on the steps of the orphanage while some of you hid in your homes. And then I become Strahd.
You hear a scream from most people in the crowd at that point.
Now you may think I am the villain of Vallaki. You have lived your lives bent and broken by fear, but I would ask you all to close your eyes and think. Imagine the visage of cowardice and violence and oppression. What name did you curse as the sun rose over the bloodied streets of your city? What face do you see? And I become the Burgomaster.
And you hear a bunch of shouts, half of them directed at you as the Burgomaster, and half of them directed at the Burgomaster behind you. And the crowd is sort of whipped up into a fury for sure. Go make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay.
That was
persuasion.
That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
21.
So, everybody make or just give me the highest passive perception. Was it 16, REYLYNN?
No, I got an at 20, so I'm going to stick with that.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me an active perception roll from everybody.
Oh, okay.
Dirt 20.
Garbage.
24.
Yeah,
that's 17.
So just about all of you are on high alert, pupils dilated, looking for everything and anything as a sign. And what you notice in the crowd are several black hooded figures handing out objects amongst the crowd to people, especially the angriest ones. And these black hooded figures are often associated with the ones you've seen hanging out with Lady Fiona Boctor. But still she sits on the fountain, not taking a side right now. But the crowd is done not taking a side, and they all, almost immediately as you finish talking, throw their arm up in the air holding a newly brandished weapon recently handed out to them from rogues in the crowd, and they turn into raving mobs. Let's go ahead and take a $5. But 12 air guards,
oh shit, I gotta change.
And a couple of angry mobs.
Kill me too.
When we come back, I'd like to mind Lake Isaac, like, while she was doing her thing.
Feel free to try.
I mean, what else can I do?
Good job, guys.
Dodge.
That was a great show, everybody.
Great show to everybody. Nice writing.
Yeah, really done.
Fantastic.
Like, the order was perfect. It mounted in just the right way. It was great.
Sorry to steal your thunder, IREENA.
No, I don't think you did. I was a capping point on your story, man.
That was
all.
That was so great.
It started out whimsical with ZAPH and WAES, and it started to get real dark real quick.
So I almost thought about using the da 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 da.
Final countdown.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be like too Job goofy. I wanted to try to be a little bit more serious.
No, I like the beat.
That was good. Yeah,
That was excellent.
I was gonna go with Job first, but yeah.
Worked out great.
All right, be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're running?
Well,
I don't
I think I'm
know.
going to go attack the rest of the stocks and let the lady out because that seems messed up.
I mean, we could tell the guards to free your friend. Let them make an easy decision to turn.
Yeah, your friend or this guy
Hey,
that's posing himself.
honestly, I want to take out Fiona Voctor as well.
We still need the tome, which means.
I think this would be the perfect time.
What if we just go? No, we can't steal it. If you kill her, we don't know where it is.
We don't know how many people she's got helping her, so...
Yeah,
Well-
no, we can't attack her. We just got to get her what she wants.
So, okay, this is what I'm assuming from what I'm seeing is that she's influenced all these people because remember Devin said you'd seen them hanging out. So she's basically the pulling the strings behind. She's going to pretend like she had nothing to do with it. And then that's why her hands will be clean when she gets elected Burgomaster in place of this Burgomaster. And then she's just going to rule it. And we know that she is very friendly to Strahd. So that's not good for anybody.
I mean, she's willing to betray him. She's willing to give us the tome, but we don't know where the tome is. So you kill her.
Is she?
Yeah, she made that deal. I think so.
You think
I did a pretty hefty insight check on her.
I mean, she just armed a mob.
Yeah, she wants the town. And we'll kill her eventually, but we won't get the tome if she's dead. We don't know where it is.
We also don't know if we need to kill her. She could be a good ruler. Her plan is actually sound.
Yeah, her plan is better than...
I want to go back to her house and raid her shit. I want to kill her.
But if she's going to give us the tome and she has a decent plan that we think makes her a reasonable leader, why? Who else is going to take that throne?
The problem is we can't convince WAES.
Yeah.
WAES is
we can
already
outnumber
doing
him, maybe.
Right now, I'm focusing on convincing Ezek.
I'm trying to decide if I want to attack the Burgomaster.
I'm not.
I mean, everybody
Ezek
else
immediately ran back to the Burgomaster, so I've got to turn him on Burgomaster or try.
You have to convince him, or we have to kill him. And I don't even know if we can right now.
I mean, ways can see dynamic situations and change and adapt, but that's kind of what he's looking at with this and why he was trying to kind of ferment maybe if the Burgomaster killed Fiona Voctor and then the people rose up and killed the Burgomaster,
But it leaves a power vacuum.
And then who the fuck's in charge of Victor? Joffrey, more like.
No.
Who hates us because we tried to kill him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Him being in charge is not good for us. And when I say we tried to kill him, WAES.
Find somebody... yeah. Find somebody like Blinksy.
Blinksy barely knows how to run a shop.
No, the fucking, what's it called? The innkeepers. The Mardikovs, they need to be in charge.
I think they want to be behind the scenes,
Ravens?
though.
I think they're more comfortable running.
Well, I get that, but there's nobody good, so step up.
I say we just let Fiona Voctor have her few.
Look.
Yeah, we'll come back and murder her later.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, that's what I'm saying.
What, like it's hard?
We'll go do business in the winery and whatever we need to do. And we'll just come back and kill her later when we are stronger.
So if she was able to convince people to bring secret weapons and hand them out at this thing.
She's got a crew, man.
We have no idea what the size of her crew is. It's at least this many people that were willing to put their neck on the line. It's probably a lot more.
Yeah.
Also,
she had a necromancy thing in her yard.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like she's really someone to mess with herself.
And like that journal that you guys read, that was kind of creepy.
Also, if she's someone notable enough for Strahd to care about, might tell you a little bit about, her stature as a.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're pretty powerful, aren't you?
Not right now.
Yeah,
Might
but
Though,
then-
that
That's
does
okay,
raise a good
people.
point that as IREENA, the Burgomaster wouldn't dare. Would he?
I don't know. He hasn't seen me as IREENA yet. We don't know yet if he even knows what the deal is. We don't know. Like, we don't
Yeah,
know
he
what
tr-
he knows.
You tried to make the big scene that like Irina died or something like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if he really caught on to that.
I don't think he cares.
But I think that was just if, people were reporting back to Strahd, not necessarily for any one particular person and other than Strahd himself.
Well, we'll see how this shakes out. We might be fighting for our lives. Hey, I think we're running south if shit goes bad.
Which south is down, right?
Yeah,
Is
well,
this-
I don't know. I'm trying to think where we are within the town to get out as quick as possible.
Do we have?
I
some
remember
assault
we'd be,
weapons?
if I remember, we'd probably want to be going southwest because the Vallaki campus down there.
Yeah, we want to head to the
Vistani.
camp.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so
also
southwest.
Vistani.
Melvin is here. He's like.
Well,
north
we can come
east.
back for Melvin, but
He'll come
if
with
shit
us.
goes back, we might have to run.
Maybe we'll go by the Voctor house. Maybe it's in that area.
Oh yeah, we can't run
Oh,
without the
save it.
tome. We need the tome.
We need the tome.
I mean, we
I
need to
think-
come back in the city at some other point, but
Maybe we don't have to run. Maybe things will go okay. I don't know what's going to happen with Isek. Isek's the biggest problem right now.
Well, if we let Fiona Voctor kind of take the lead here, then that's
She
what's gonna
wants us to kill Isek, though. Like, she just gave us that look.
Well, I mean,
I don't
Isek's
think
about
she's gonna
make
do
some
it herself.
choices.
No, she's not going to do it herself.
She doesn't want blood on her hands.
Ray, how do you feel? I mean, I actually would like to try to see if we could.
Or we haven't told him. We're not in game. This is metagaming right now.
Yeah. So
Right
I mean,
now, Ray is just trying to convince Ezek to be on our side
right.
because I know how powerful he is. Like, I have
Right.
no idea, like, what the fuck you guys are planning.
So
But I have
I'm,
seen some whispers, I think.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
there with you because I understand his power and see that his connection to you could be an asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm certainly supportive of that. So that's why I tried to, support your reunification and stuff.
Yeah,
If you're
but
on-
he's stable.
If you're on Foundry, let's go ahead and get you into place for where you were when we left off.
Let's see my character.
You're on the just left of the stage. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have any tokens. You're this one right here. That was my picture for IREENA. Feel free to send me new tokens or whatever if I don't have.
I don't
just
see
have
I'm
some.
sorry. We don't see our characters.
Really?
You're right here by the stage.
What?
Yeah, I don't see them.
No.
either.
No, I don't see
see
anything
that.
over there.
All right. I'm gonna delete them. I'm just deleting everybody.
I'll see you and bye-bye.
Back.
Oh, there I
Well,
went.
he does that. You guys had mentioned that the Burgomaster purposefully killed Ezek and I's parents. Was that actually in the story?
No, that he separated you.
Was that in the story? I thought the separation was a wolf
Well,
attack.
because he took him.
That's one interpretation you could make.
He
Okay, there I
separated. Yeah, I guess he separated us. Who knows if he
They-
orchestrated the attack or not?
You and your brother were found separately.
Okay.
So
So it may
you
not have
could
been.
you could garner, you could think maybe the Burgomaster knows that some other orphan might have been picked up around the same time at the orphanage and maybe try and put two and two together, or you might think that it just was an oversight and you were just two random picked up kids. It's your
Because
choice.
Ezek was calling for his brother.
Yeah. I mean, do you think the
Are we
Burgomaster gives a
still
shit who's
all-
in the orphanage?
Sorry. Are we still all on the stage at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Wherever you left off, go ahead and move your character there.
Yeah, I was breaking the second stop.
So I would have been like centered.
I'd be a little further. Yeah, I'd be a little downstage center.
So at this point, you see at least this many cloaked figures running around. Come on, let go. I'd say most of them have kind of congregated over by the fountain.
Oh, that's convenient for him. Totally not related to anybody over near the fountain.
Not near the fountain. No, we'll say the Mardikovs here and everything have just sort of backed up against the corner.
Go away, Mardikovs.
Yeah, get out of here. Anybody we like.
Father Lucian, GTFO.
Yeah, no kidding.
Go.
All right, so a little recap first for my sake. You guys have bashed the stocks like 4 performances in a row, told the city how terrible the Burgomaster was, most of it pretty convincingly and with good performance. The crowd has been whipped up into a frenzy. I think I'm going to need some new tokens. 1 second.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bring out the pitchforks.
Ooh, townsfolk.
So do like
Kill
mobs
thieves.
count as a swarm?
They're unique.
Gotcha. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever like explored the rules of mobs.
All right, so you do see
Mobs
that
are
like mobs
dangerous.
have now been formed. They are armed. They have a target. They are still trepidatious about outright attacking. Right, no one's kind of made that first move, but they're at least in protest mode now, which is sort of an outright revolt from anything that they've ever gone through. So, what you don't see anybody ready to attack. Nobody's breaking initiative. Most of the smart folks like Father Lucian and Blinsky, who was thinking about getting up on stage himself and doing a show, thinks that's probably not the good idea right now. So he's going to back up.
Oh, can I yell to him? Run, Blinsky, run!
Feel free to try. Yeah, and these mobs are sort of crowding the stage and crowding the guards, and you can see a few of the guards kind of getting violently pushed and smushed up against the wooden stage in the mob's rage. There's some guards on either side sort of flanking, keeping the mob back. But behind there is a very, very angry scene as the Burgomaster is shouting targets into Issik's ear. Lady Fiona, your brother, all of them, every one of them, the crowd, look, they have weapons. You must kill them all, is what the Burgomaster is currently screaming into Issik's ear, and his eyes are just darting back and forth. But certainly a lot of activity in his monstrous arm going on right now. You guys have anything you want to do right now?
I'm going to change out of the Burgomaster and become Vlad again.
I want to
Okay.
yell, get the kids out of here, take them to safety.
Okay.
And I'd like to send something to Itzek and say, he's fucking this up. Just that voice. That's it.
Gotcha.
I want to mind link with Isaac and tell him he's playing you. He's separated us at birth. He's always wanted to use you. That's all he's ever wanted.
And you actually can hear very similar things coming from the Burgomaster right now. We don't even know if he's really your brother. He just knew a couple of things from the orphanage. These are strangers. They've only been here a few days. Get
You
them
have
now.
meditated
It is
with me. You know how alike we are.
And again, his rage is just going out of control right now. Everybody seems sort of poised, waiting for something to happen.
I'm going to move.
Then the first thing that happens is Isaac's arm goes off. Okay. Let me get some real dice. Give me 1 second.
This gonna be crazy.
Ah,
God, I really hope we get to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I telework tomorrow so that I can stay up a little bit later because I can sleep in. Dude,
I meant
I've
in
been
game, but
I've been
yes.
going to work the back again with commuting and stuff. It fucking sucks.
Man.
Ugh.
All right, so Isik's arm glows bright, and he thrusts it right at the front of the stage where the most targets are, and you see the fire coalescing in between his claw tips, pointed directly at IREENA. Everybody, roll initiative.
Of course.
So we're going to start an encounter. Actually, don't roll initiative yet. Let me get an encounter up, and then click your character. Excuse me, I was about to sneeze. If they're in combat, there's the combat indicator, which is the bottom right. It's the shield and 2 swords. That's what puts you on the initiative tracker.
What?
What are you talking about? A shield and 2 swords?
If
You don't
click
see
on
it?
your
Oh, maybe it's
token-
just on mine.
Okay, I got it.
If you hover over a token, yeah.
Oh, if you hover.
Oof. Oof. It's not good, guys.
This is really bad.
This is really bad.
My initiative's 9.
Mine's a 5, so you know.
We are not in a position to be doing this.
Hey, that's a 19 with +5, so 24 for me.
All right.
Nice.
It's starting off.
At least one of us.
I'm not even at full hit points, guys. I'm at nearly half.
Oh my gosh. He's
Am
got
I gonna lose
22
2
on his
characters
initiative.
this week?
What were you saying?
Of course he
about
did.
Oh, he got a 22 on his initiative.
Isak? Yeah. Okay.
My initiative is a 14.
All right, I'll adjust it.
My dex is +2.
A 14 still pretty darn good on this list.
I go before IREENA. We're tied, but I have a higher dex.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, unfortunately, even though everybody sees it coming, nobody is in a position or quick enough to intervene before a nat 1 on his first attack on IREENA.
Oh.
As the fire shoots, you can see he's really kind of struggling with his focus and sees so many targets and just kind of over your head. But now that he's got his arm warmed up, it fires off again very quickly. And this time it's a 16 to hit.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
No.
12 fire damage as a fireball blasts you in the chest as you're mid-transformation trying to get back to the shape that you want to escape in. You're nailed from the stage as basically a random target of this fireball that doesn't know where to aim.
Is there a way you
As
can
E6
reorder
screams, whoa, that's weird. He's got blood on you. That's nuts.
Yeah, because the hit points changed. I'm bloodied.
That's cool.
Wait.
Yeah, so Isik screams, you all must stop. This is not the way. But he is going to stand his ground right next to the Burgomaster. Next, you see some of the red hooded. There's a couple variety of people in cloaked hoods, but they're not hard to distinguish from the rest of the crowd. They just kind of coalesce a little bit more around Lady Fiona, and they don't seem to be stepping in right now. Mostly in observation mode.
WAES isn't on the thing.
Oh, we got to get WAES.
Yeah, I rolled
And ZAPH
locally.
goes before me.
What'd you get, WAES?
19 plus 5 is my plus for initiative. It's a lot, so 24.
24.
Oh, my fault. Didn't know that. So you should go before Isik. So you see him pointing his arm at IREENA, and we'll just retcon your action into here. What do you want to do first? You have the first action.
Okay. So I'll use if it's an action or not. Then if it is, then I'll do that and use a bonus action. So mind link with him and say, IREENA is, sorry, that's not your enemy. and very forcefully. And I imagine that probably would be an action in this case, right? I've got telepathy, but trying to send, like, really forcefully send that message telepathically.
I feel like WAES in this instance would probably, especially with the context of Isaac, know that he's probably not going to be convinced by anybody right now. That he's got some major influences, and one of them is the Burgomaster, and maybe another one is REYLYNN, and he doesn't give a shit what anyone else has to say right now.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to... hide.
Where?
Let's see. So 5. All right. Sorry, around me. Who's just to the left of me? And
yeah, E6 to the left of you, and the Burgomaster. You're currently within melee range of a guard who's kind of reaching out, trying to grab onto you guys from the stage.
Yeah. Does anybody consider me who considers me hostile right now? I guess. I haven't struck at anybody.
I don't think you know that. You're literally the first to respond, so you're the one who has the jump on everybody. You're the one who gets to react first. So you're not quite sure.
all I see is Itzek starting to point his flaming arm at Vlad/IREENA. That's what I'm looking at right here. Do I see that? I perceive that. That's
you can see all of the players on stage right now, all the characters that are around the stage. Yeah. I mean, especially because you guys have been here all fucking day. Like, I think you have a pretty good idea of, who the people and the entire population of the square are and where they're located at.
Okay. Well, then I suppose I just kind of yell, stop at Itzek, which I understand he's not going to, and throw a psychic blade attack at him.
Okay. Very well. If it's a ranged attack, it will be at disadvantage because you're within 5 feet, I think.
Did we agree? Did we talk about because the?
Is this something we already talked about?
Yeah. I thought when we were talking about like how.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's just when you say psychic blade attack, I'm just thinking range. Like, yeah, just stab him with it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's
like you were narrating that you were
range.
throwing it at him.
So it's range, but it's also yeah. So that's a 26 to hit.
For sure. Like, it's past any kind of defense he could have. Okay.
Now, do I have sneak attack right now since he's nearby?
Yeah. Actually, he has no other. Nope, you're the only one within 5 feet of him, and you don't have advantage.
Okay.
Straight roll.
All right, so then this is, again, like, it's going to hit him, and he's going to feel it, but this is more of a, I'm both between him and, which one is Vlad? The one right behind me?
I'm here.
Up there, okay. Well, then, can I do that?
Yeah, you can definitely still escape. You can get out. The gate guard, I'll say maybe disadvantage, is going to try and reach out and do a grapple on you as he's or as she is under orders. It's actually a nat fucking 20, but then the lower one was a 15. Let me see. I think that's let's do 15 to hit. These are humans, just straight humans.
Okay, my AC is 15.
All right, so she grabs your ankle. You are currently grappled.
Shouldn't it be contested?
Oh, yeah. My fault. Shit, I do not do grappling very much.
Acrobatics or athletics for WAES?
Athletics.
Yeah. There you go.
Or acrobatics.
This is why I've been running vampires where you always do an attack and then you grapple. So, yeah, my fault. So that was a disadvantage. There was a 15. Again, I think their stats are straight zeros. So
acrobatics, I've got +5.
All right, 50-50 chance.
What do I need to do? Roll?
You need a 15.
Oh, okay.
15 to maintain the status quo. 14 gets you grappled.
So roll in acrobatics I can click right now?
Or in athletics, yep.
All right.
Look at that.
Vente.
Yeah, not hard to, the woman doesn't have much grip strength and she's kind of underneath you. It's wet. It's not hard to slip your leather boot away from her hand and proceed forward. Go ahead. You can move. You can do whatever else you wanted. I think you still have a bonus action.
I will do that, and I will kind of put between Itzek and Vlad and hit that psychic attack. 26.
Okay.
But saying like no in like a stopping motion, like a don't do this. Whether he listens to me or not. Yeah.
Did you roll damage for your attack? Or are you just doing like a 1 damage warning?
Yeah. I don't want to knock him down right now. Because if do I remember that if he gets too low,
sure, you remember what happened last night.
Yeah.
Mere hours
So,
ago.
Again, kind of like again, like not to compare him to a horse's ass, but you get the idea.
So, how much damage did you do?
About hitting them like I hit the horse's rump earlier, but enough to let him know, like to. No, I want to. Sorry.
I mean, all he feels is a little headache, right? He doesn't know where the direction it came from. He doesn't know it's from you. He's going to just feel a little more or less pain, but it won't be a message sent to him through it.
Okay, well then.
I'd recommend just rolling damage if you want to.
11.
Okay. He will take the 11 damage. He doesn't seem completely phased by it or anything. You do see him sort of flinch and sort of grab his ear for a second, but the flame continues to build in his arm.
But I'm trying to be like, no.
Right. I get that you're saying no. Yeah.
All right. No.
If that's it.
Yeah.
IREENA, can you add your hit points back? We'll pretend you didn't get hit.
I did.
Excellent. So we are going to re-roll for Isaac out of his possible targets that are relatively easy to hit. Okay, this time it is ZAPH. So he's kind of waving around on stage and he's trying to decide between one of the party members or Fiona off in the background. And he manages to grab the first person he looks at. So I'm going to keep the same rolls, if that's all right. The first one, I definitely missed. It was like a nat 1. The second one was a 16 to hit, if I remember.
Yeah, that hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so still hits. And then how much damage was it, IREENA? It was 12 fire damage?
12.
All right, so you're taking that now, ZAPH, as he reevaluates the battlefield in his turn and initiative, sees ZAPH and, kind of interjecting between IREENA, and his arm goes off. He's kind of waving it around over the top of the crowd to try and get out of the way, and it just fires off super fast and manages to snag you for some fire damage, singeing your wings and your nice clothes a little bit. The guards kind of step back for a second, surprised that it went off. And the Baron just eggs them on. Yes, more until they're burned. And this really triggers a response in him. You see him kind of light up at the sound of the word burned. And that's it for Isaac. Like I said, the
Better get your boy, REYLYNN.
Cool fanatics just kind of group up to watch the show closer to Fiona. And it is now IREENA's turn.
It's ZAPH's turn. He gets to go first.
Oh, I didn't see the tie. Thanks. Okay.
Man. All right.
We're fucked.
Yeah, ZAPH is gonna kind of look over to the rest of the group. I don't think persuading is gonna work. So I ready two balls of energy in either my hand and hurl them at Isaac.
Ooh, okay. Almost as soon as a fireball comes your way, something else is coming back.
Those fell off my desk. Okay, that's first one's probably not gonna hit. Plus 8. Yeah, so 13 for the first one.
13 doesn't hit.
But the second one I imagine does hit. That's 25.
Oh yeah. He's looking right at you, and he manages to sidestep the first effect, but he's still confused, disoriented, and the next one catches him. What do you want to? How much damage you want to do?
It's 13 damage.
All right, taking another significant or not insignificant hit. He's been hurt a little bit in these first 2 hits. He's kind of saying,
Baron, Father, we should just get out of here. It does no good to kill these people. We should go back to your house, our house.
And
Our house.
yeah, in the middle of our street.
Our bloody street. Bunch of corpses.
Oh, ZAPH, what's your dex?
+3.
All right, so you'll go before the Cult Fanatics. They have a +2.
Gotcha.
Me too.
Oh, all right. Roll off. Give me a d20. See who goes first. You were the Cult Fanatics. I got a 1.
12.
Cult Fanatics just dropping initiative, man. Not fair. All right. Sorry about the delay. ZAPH, what else do you want to do?
You have an action to summon Dio. So, do I wanna hex? I do have spell slots.
You might die.
Yeah. I mean, I might as well go ahead and try my best to take care of Isik. I don't think he's gonna listen unless he's in a place where he needs to.
Just keep something to get someone up because our cleric's almost tapped.
I don't have any healing spells.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Never mind. Blast him.
Sadly, this won't apply to the attack I just made, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hex.
Okay.
And give him
On
disadvantage.
Isik, obviously.
Yep. And
Okay.
give him disadvantage on strength checks.
Got it.
That's a turn.
Okay.
Over that.
Let me give you some sort of symbol, or I will definitely forget that.
Yeah, concentration for me and then Hex for him.
Do you have control over your own tokens, out of curiosity?
I do. I'm gonna go ahead and look for
Okay,
one.
cool. Yeah, you feel free to handle it. All right, so he is hexed, and all of a sudden, his own arm starts feeling a little heavy to him. His grip strength starts failing him. Not quite understanding why, but currently dueling off with this Black Angel in front of him. Cult Fanatics, you've already moved. Stop coming back up in initiative. Lady Lydia will scream.
I think it's my turn.
No way, I didn't do it again, did I?
Yeah, you skipped me and the Cult Fanatics.
No, Cult Fanatics have already gone. Stop trying to get them to go. Yeah, Irina, go ahead. I thought you went after WAES. What do you want to do?
Okay,
Yeah, you just great.
so I'm going to move. Kind of hiding behind REYLYNN and ALEXI.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at REYLYNN and I'm going to be like, you better figure out how to fix this.
I'm just sitting there tapping my foot, waiting. No.
And then I'm going to turn to the crowd and I'm going to use my action to yell, "This is your moment. Fight for your city. Be braver than you were last night." And I'm going to try and persuade them to move forward.
Like onto the stage?
Like to take the stage, to take the square.
Right.
Take the stage, take the square.
All
I'll
right.
yell that.
You see them surging. All right.
My turn.
Go ahead. If you're using your action, please make a persuasion check.
Okay. Yeah. 22.
Okay. Do you have any specific instructions for them? You see that they're already angry and surging, and they seem to be pressing against the stage in order to try and get to the Burgomaster behind the stage.
Get the Burgomaster. That's
Okay,
the
gotcha.
instructions.
So
Get
when you
him.
say when you say get the Burgomaster, they almost all shout out in unison, "Get the Burgomaster!"
Yep. Go get him. Get
They
him.
seem to be on the same page.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right, Cult Fanatics, we're up to you now. All right. Lady Lydia Petrovna, the Burgomaster's wife, seeing this ruckus but having pretty slow reflexes, tries to follow suit of her son. She'll disengage with her action and flee in the southern direction. Doesn't seem to have any concern for anybody else. She's not like, oh, come, husband, we must get out of here. She just starts shouting, guards, come with me, come with me. One who just tried to get WAES and miss says, yes, we will get you home safe. Come, Burgomaster, we must go. And right now, everybody's just trying on the Burgomaster, trying to get him to hole up in his house right now.
Bye, Felicia.
All right, so honestly, the crowd's starting to get a little out of control right now. And Lady Fiona sees you guys starting to attack Isik, and all of a sudden her demeanor changes quite a bit. And she starts to stand up and says, the Baron's fear has poisoned men's souls, but barricaded Vallaki with hate. He has smiled us into misery and bloodshed. We have fought for protection from the devil, but we have shut ourselves in. I did not want to be Burgomaster, but I can see the city needs my help. Yes, the people are right. Our guests are right. They should have been never been put in this situation. This is the Burgomaster's fault. And she starts pushing everybody, including her cloaked figures, more closer to the stage. And you see some cloaked figures come closer, and you can now see closer into their hoods. Their eyes are firing like a sky blue, fiery, flickering flame behind the lenses of their eyes right now. And their arms start coming out from underneath their capes, and you see tattoos of eyeballs and skulls all around the palms of their hands, and they raise them up in the air and start shouting things at the Baron in a very cryptic language.
Ooh,
cool.
Does that
ALEXI,
recognize the necrotic energy?
Make a religion check.
He did just cast Hex, which is a very notable.
Yeah, they haven't cast a spell yet or done any kind of action.
Oh, that's like not good. It's I think it's 3.
Nope. It's the pattern of flickering, the color. It's all very unfamiliar to things from Mount Celestia and even here in Barovia. All right. And so, emboldened, more figures continue to step forward. ALEXI, it's your turn.
I will go over here and I will say, you will no longer keep these people under your reign of terror. They are brave and they are ready to fight you. In fact, I will cast the first blow to make the next all that easier for them. And I will attack him with my battle axe.
Hell yeah.
No, actually, I'm going to use my new sword.
And you can see the Baron still got on that awkward armor that he was wearing during your first dinner, right? With the sword he didn't know how to kind of sit in the chair with. And so he is got this shining, bright, heavy armor on right now. And he is armed, but he looks very scared. There's no smile on his face.
And I will say, I'm going to make a two-handed attack with this long sword. And I'm going to say to him, all will be well as I come smashing down on him with my long sword. It's a 23 to hit.
Yeah!
Yeah, that hits.
Ancestral sword!
My
virginity sword!
Plus 6, that's 14.
How do you want to do this?
Oh!
All right. I want to take my sword and I want to just jam it. I want to find that place in between his plate armor where the bottom of the shirt part is, and just shove it up through his guts in there, and it will go through his body and kind of like poke out right at his neck.
Oof.
I will pull it back out and say, guess I don't know my own strength anymore. And shake the blood off.
Nice.
Very nice. He collapses. His wife doesn't see anything. She's running. Isak looks to his right and watches the Baron drop. This is the first creature you have slain since almost being slain yourself, and these new bestial traits have definitely given you some advantages, even though it makes it harder to convince crowds on what to do. But you do feel something inside you stir. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh shit. That's a nat 1 for a 2.
No.
Inside your head, you hear Kusith, the voice that brought you back, say, That would make it well worth it. Oh yes, that is exactly what I need. Give it to me. Give me more. You are now compelled to use your action every turn to make a melee attack against a target you can reach, whether friend or foe. You make this attack with advantage. If you cannot reach any target, you are compelled to move as close to one as quickly as possible, and you repeat this saving throw at the end of each of your turns and snap out of it on a success or when you are incapacitated.
Okie
Does he get to choose, or is it just...
It's whoever you can reach, whoever the closest one is, and if there's no one close, you move to whoever's closest, friend or foe.
You're exactly in the right place.
The Burgomaster is dead. He gets a skull. The gate guard and Isak are both in shock. Alexandri sits there dripping with this animal hunger rising from inside him as he sees the Burgomaster just fall so easily after all of that fighting with those vampires. There's no tricks, there's no regeneration. He's just dead, and it felt great. Next, go ahead.
So I have another attack. Do I have to take that? Or?
Yes, you have to take that. Please. Yeah, that begins now.
Okay. So you will see Alexandri's demeanor change, and he kind of like looks like adrenaline is pulsing through him, but he's not raging. And he's taking some deep breaths, and he's about to strike out for Isak. But
right.
At advantage.
At advantage.
Advantage. Wow. At a, 26.
Cool. I gave him the sword that's going to kill us.
26 to hit. So I'm going to guess that hits.
Yeah, it hits. And I'm putting what I just read to you in the Discord so you can see what it says.
Okay, so that's an 8.
Oh, hold on. Don't read that. Literally, part of it says, don't say the rest.
Oh, good. I hadn't finished reading it. I barely started. So that's 8 damage.
All right. And this is magical slashing now, right? With the heritage sword from the village of Barovia, passed down the generations. And he takes how much damage? 8?
8.
All right. And he is kind of just bombarded all of a sudden with a couple of attacks. Although he did start it, it's not like he's offended. ZAPH and ALEXI, and all of a sudden the death of the Burgomaster hit him in rapid succession. Anything else?
Nope. I'm going to just stop doing stuff.
Yikes.
So with the talent show in mind, you guys ended the applaud meter at a +4, which is pretty good. And also some good persuasion checks. And all that leads to the widows of the guards just stepping out of the way. They haven't even noticed the Burgomaster's dead yet out front. But you see them just seeing this crowd get angry in front of them, and the anger, some of it directed towards them. They drop weapons and take off their shields, and they try to disguise themselves to get back into the crowd as soon as possible. These ones back here don't know they're doing that. They just saw the Burgomaster go down and Isak being attacked, and they do the best they can. ZAPH, you get an attack if you want, if you have a melee weapon. This one's leaving your range, and they're all going to come over to ALEXI, who just killed the Burgomaster, and make attacks against
no.
Using their...
Hey, maybe your shit'll end at least.
I'm using the die I've gotten like 2 nat 1s on, so, I'm not swapping it out. That's an 11 to hit for the first one.
Okay, so that doesn't hit.
All right. 5 to hit.
No.
And a 12 to hit.
No.
All right, so they've got all their pikes, and they're coming out, and they're half of them are still trying to figure out how the grip works on them, and one of them's got their helmet kind of sliding down in front of their eyes, and they're kind of stabbing at you blindly. They're both emotional and scared, and none of the attacks managed to land. We'll move on to the angry mob, who makes their way around. Let me see. They've got lower. No, they've got 30 feet of movement. All right, let's do it. 10, 15. They'll start making their way around, and they'll see the Burgomaster dead, and they'll, the first one will cry out, "He's dead! He's down! The Burgomaster is down!" And a roar erupts from the mob, and you hear a couple say, "Get the rest of them!" Burgomaster.
Excuse me?
REYLYNN, it's your turn.
Here's a shit sandwich, REYLYNN. Figure out what to do with it in 6 seconds. I just love his disapproving dad face.
I'm wondering if y'all are seeing what I'm seeing, where this is just all a big setup by Fiona Voctor.
We gotta run. We gotta go,
basically
guys.
frame
We
us
gotta
for-
go.
yeah.
Fuck this. We're all gonna die here. What the fuck
Get
did
us
you about
murdered. We're
Alexi?
also deposing the Burgomaster. That's why I would just want to kill her.
So were we
don't
still
know
heading
that.
south? Was that the plan?
Southwest. But what do we do about Alexi? We can't just leave Alexi. He's all fucked. I mean, we don't know that, but
About leaving me? Are you talking about leaving me?
Okay.
Okay. Don't get clingy.
All right, REYLYNN, what do we got, man?
Can I maybe try and do an insight check as my action against Ezek to see if there's anything I can say to sway him?
Sure. Make an insight check.
29
As your
off a
action.
nat 20.
Fuck yes.
So you take a couple of seconds and you lock eyes with Ezek as he's panicked and looking around and screaming mournfully as his father is now fallen. For decades, the only one who would protect him and the only one who looked after him, the only reason he's not wolf meat. And then he looks over and looks in your eyes, and you look for the brother that you meditated with. You look for the one that you connected with that night where you felt like you were getting through, and you just see hate. He wants to kill everything.
Okay.
You know what? You had like a 29 insight.
Yeah, it's a nat 20 for a 29.
Cod wants to kill everything, and Ezek has no willpower to resist him anymore.
Okay. I'm just gonna let everyone know Cod is taken over. Ezek, take him down, but try not to kill him if possible. But right now he is not safe to anybody, and our first duty is to the crowds, to the citizens.
Crowds are coming to kill us?
And sort of just look completely dejected.
No.
That's my turn.
When the rain comes down, no one can see you cry.
I'm drinking.
That's the first round. WAES, we go to you.
Lighting got weird.
Did the
Did
light
go.
Yeah.
change on purpose?
It got real dark.
I don't know. That was spooky.
Second round. Dun, dun, dun.
It's like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where the lights just
Yeah, your dancing lights are just going crazy on the whole town square.
Still concentrating.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back this way, and I'm gonna hit at Ezek with a good old 19 to hit with a psychic blade. And since he is next to, I get the advantage, right? So
Mm-hmm. No, you
get
don't get
sneak
advantage.
attack.
You get sneak attack. You don't get
I
advantage.
get sneak. Oh, okay.
and his
well.
AC's lowered.
gonna
Is
say.
Alexi considered an ally at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, for sneak attack purposes, yes. WAES is also considered a foe and a friend right now.
So that's 15 psychic damage on.
Yeah, there's no stopping that as he takes it, and I mean, he's hurt, and all of a sudden, in a couple of hits, not just emotionally, but he looks physically battered and getting close to wounded.
Okay, and so WAES is gonna do a 1-2. Because it hit with a psychic blade in the beginning, gonna do another one, but it's just a D4 plus 5. But we'll do another 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, with a it doesn't get the sneak attack. Do you get a sneak attack?
No, you
on
just
it?
get it once per turn.
All right. Well, 8 psychic damage on the second one.
All right, takes that as well. As it, you hear a second oof as he's battling, and his eyes squint shut as he's trying to block out this pain between his ears. All right. Anything else? Or are you gonna?
I'm kind of. Let's see. So, ALEXI, Can I go through ALEXI?
But you could get through ALEXI if you really, that's actually really tough. I'm going to say no on that one. That's
right.
Kind of blocked off. You could try and maybe jump to this square. You're technically like 5 feet above ALEXI right now. If you had the ability to maybe jump to this square, you could do that.
Actually, what I'd like to do is actually jump on the Burgomaster square and.
Oh yeah, sorry, he's not there. Yeah, you can get there.
And then my next, I'd like to see if I can find anything in his pockets. But that'll probably be next turn. But
You're looting
Right.
mid-battle.
Fuck yeah, the rogue is looting mid battle.
and this is
be
the
crazy.
Burgomaster, man.
Yeah, like
I need
Priorities.
everything that he has right now at the moment of death is gonna be mine, hopefully.
I support your choices.
All right. Well, next
Agreed.
up is Isik.
Oh, good.
Let's see. He evaluates the situation. The mob of people are definitely really, really good targets. REYLYNN, he doesn't want to hit. ZAPH hit him, so he'll hit him. Yeah, he'll basically hit anybody right now, but I'm going to give REYLYNN a smaller chance of getting it. All right. So he, again, kind of spinning around from ZAPH and trying to quickly move it past REYLYNN before he accidentally gets hit. He lets loose the first fire burst from his hand, and it goes towards the front of the stage, where he will land his first attack. As he's shooting at the angry mob that's starting to claw their way up on stage. Ooh. 6, 6, 5, 4. 17, 21.
Damn.
All right, so the mob is hit, and you see several people in the crowd go down, mostly middle-aged to elderly people covered in dirt and peasant clothes, but now wielding, gardening scythes and crudely made weapons handed out. 3 or 4 of them fall to the floor as another fireball comes through. Not fireball, but a flame comes through. This one will also hit. Not much dexterity in the crowd, not much armor in these people. And the next attack is for 6, 12, 16 damage. You see another 2 or 3 fall. The crowd seems diminished significantly, less than half of what it was before.
Thank God.
He will kind of screams. He's going to come after these. No, he can't do that. He's got all these targets. He just needs to get away from his brother, man. He'll hop down here at least.
Alexi?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, I
that's
get
it
an
for Isik.
opportunity attack.
Yep, go ahead.
The only issue is that on your turn, you're gonna have to attack.
Yep.
I can move though.
Nope. You have to attack somebody within your range.
Closest.
Thankfully, there's 3 people that are spendable.
Them. 9, 10, 17.
It hits.
Okay.
Now you swing the magical longsword at his flank as he's trying to flee down away from his brother.
And it's just a 9.
Okay, that's adding up, trust me. He's basically wounded at this point, almost there. And so he takes another shot to the back of the cab, and you see the meat open up as he hobbles down the stage next to WAES. ZAPH, your turn.
All right, sorry about that. I will once again coagulate some of the energy out of the air. All the negative emotions are creating whirs of purple energy. I gather and hurl 2 Eldritch Blast at Isaac. Oh, okay. I think those both hit. That's a 26 and a 24.
Yeah.
26 and a 24 both hit.
All right. It's 2d10 and then 2d6. Oh man, that's a lot of damage. All right. 9. Okay, and then 10. Oh goodness. 14, 13, no, 14. That's 29 damage total.
Woof. Venging
Perfect.
angel.
Yeah, you can definitely see parts of his skin and even muscle tissue exposed as he is taking considerable injuries here. While not on his last leg, he's about as injured as he was when he started running away last night.
I'm sorry, Isaac, and I'm sorry, REYLYNN, but this demon, it must be squelched. That's not the word I was looking for. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Douse? Yeah, I'm with you,
Douse.
man. Fuck this
There you
fire guy.
There you go. All right, that's my turn.
Okay, IREENA, how do you follow that up?
So first I'm going to look at REYLYNN and I'm going to say, REYLYNN, if we kill him, do we unleash some kind of giant demon?
I don't know, but I will be the only remaining host for that demon in this land.
This is great. Okay, you deal with this. And I'm going to leap off the stage. And I'm dashing through the crowd, pushing people aside, and I'm running to Lady Voctor.
Okay.
And with my bonus action, I guess, since I use my action to dash, I'm going to say, you have everything you wanted. Give us the tome.
She's currently shouting at all the citizens right now, giving a big impassioned speech. So she doesn't seem to take much notice of you, but she does have a very happy expression on her face.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. So a few daggers are revealed from underneath red cloaks. 1. Oh, yeah. Yes. No. Yes. All right. So 2 attacks, 3 attacks.
Also, I think you have 2 guys, your 2 cleric. Oh, never mind. They haven't come up yet.
Yeah. Different initiative order, but I appreciate you looking out.
Because they're hidden.
All right, so out of the 6 attacks on these 2 guards, these 3 daggers from 3 red robes come out and real quick, couple of attacks from each of them. Both guards fall almost immediately as wounds are opened up under their lungs and under their rib cages, and the air leaves their body quickly, and cult fanatics rapidly wipe the blades off and put them back inside the robes. And that is it for them.
Great.
Oh man, I kind of hate to interrupt, but the English voice actor for Frieza from Dragon Ball Z just died recently.
Well.
Bad.
But we may continue. Sorry.
Be about your way.
Peace. All right. Lady Lydia Petrovna takes a look kind of over her shoulder and sees her husband's dead body and just sort of wails again, uses her movement to try and get away. Okay, and she seems to be running for safety. And as she's escaping through an alleyway, you hear people of the mob say, "This doesn't end until they're all dead." And on the next turn, it is Bach. Second. All right, so at this point, you can hear Fiona's voice is like thunderously loud, being magically amplified so that everybody in the city can basically hear it. It sounds like a megaphone. And she says, "To those that can hear me, I say, do not despair. Oh man, I lost it a second. Do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of fear, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. Now that the Baron is dead, the hate of men will pass. Barons die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. So long as men die, liberty will never perish." And sees IREENA sort of come up to her and talking about the tome, and she says, "The deed is done. I will meet you in 1 hour's time at my house. I will finish the business around here, and you will get what you want."
Okay.
And she looks up quickly. "Vallakians, do not give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives. Oh no, we will not succumb to that. We will have a new Vallaki. We will not have fearful men. You are not cowards. You are not cattle. Think for yourselves. Come, follow me with the love of humanity in your hearts. Don't hate. Only the unloved hate, the unloved and the undead and the unnatural. Guards, it is too late for you now. This city belongs to the people." And the crowd kind of begins to boil even louder, voices in anger rising. You can hear many of them discussing what Fiona Wachter has been talking about, as she seems to be doing an excellent job at persuading the crowd right now. After that, we are going to move forward to the next turn. Boundary. The priests with the glowing blue eyes and the tattooed hands, they're both kind of mingling here in the crowd, in the angry mob. They put their hands back into their robes, seeing the Burgomaster dead and the guards on this side go down. They do not take action against Isaac, seeing him bleeding and gasping for air through, holes punctured in his chest. They kind of mingle back into the crowd. Alexandri, it is your turn. Let me double check where that saving throw comes in, at the beginning or the end of your turn.
And then I need the wording of it again to see if I can move at all.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can move towards somebody to attack, but if you have somebody within 5 feet, you have to attack whoever is closest. But I'll read it word for word. When you kill, this rouses the beast and it might take control. When you reduce a creature to 0 hit points, you make a wisdom saving throw, yada yada. On a failure, you lose control and are compelled to use your action each turn to make a melee attack against a target you can reach, whether friend or foe. You make this target with advantage. Technically, it doesn't say you can't move. It says you use your action each turn to make a melee attack against a target you can reach. But I think the language implies that you're probably hitting at whatever the most convenient target is. But you might also roleplay that you want to hit the lowest health hit point target because you want to get a kill faster. You can roleplay it however you want, but it's about getting the easiest kill possible or the quickest kill possible.
Okay, can I move while I'm killing the first one?
Sure.
To get my second attack on somebody else? Like, can I aim for this particular guard and then move through WAES' territory to come to this side and attack?
I'm okay with that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if that makes sense to you in this situation, you've already gotten, your bloodthirst quenched and you're going to get an easy target through this guard now and then get to another guy who's injured and bleeding. That makes sense to me.
Okay. So for the guard, I look over and I am compelled to hit her. I don't want to, and I'm trying to stop myself, but I can't. And I reach out anyway with a 15 to hit her.
A 15 hits.
Okay. That is a shit. 15
15 hit points.
damage. Yeah. 15
Yeah.
damage.
She's dead. Yeah, she falls down. Her armor doesn't seem to offer much protection. Your sharp, incredibly well-made blade slices right through, and she goes down.
And as I kill her and realize I've killed her, I turn to the others and scream, "Run!" And then I attack at Isik.
All right, Isik is sort of stumbling to get away, just waving his arm around, very scared.
That is a 24 to hit.
It's
And
good position, kind of pinning him against the, backboards of the stage. Longsword with an easy target. Go ahead.
is 11 hit points of magical slashing.
Okay. And what's up?
He did.
He's not dead. I just mistyped.
Oh.
Responds too quickly. Like
Real time.
yeah. All right. So no, he is very wounded though. It seems like he can barely stand, bleeding from a dozen different wounds right now.
Oh man.
All of you, it's very easy to see that as his wounds are increasing, the inferno from his shoulder down continues to crescendo.
Is REYLYNN gonna kill his brother?
Oh
shit. Oh
shit. Is all I scream, and that's going to be the end of my turn.
What did you scream? I missed that.
He needs to be stopped.
Needs to be stopped.
Wait, so first he yelled, "Run!" He needs to be stopped.
No, I want the guard
Don't you get to
run.
repeat your saving throw?
Yeah.
saving throw.
Yeah, wisdom. 10 plus your proficiency bonus.
Good, I got it. 19 this time.
All right, so you snap out of it after
Thank God.
just the Baron and one guard, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the Baron.
Well, that makes me nervous.
So I don't know.
Well, you got to keep a tally. I mean, I would certainly, as Alexi, kind of keep track of who's dying right now, and Kusith is definitely keeping track.
Great. Going great.
And I believe that brings us to the angry mob.
Yes. So, Alexandria, you get your wits about you. You know, friend from foe. Not everybody looks like a sack of hit points waiting to be killed.
Oh, and I show clear remorse over having murdered this woman.
Of course. And you see this swarm of angry people showing emotion like they haven't shown in your entire time here. And they come up right against you. And they kind of swarm in between you and on you. And they actually move right through, and they seem to be chasing Burgomaster's wife as she was going south.
Go get her.
Another
Go eat her.
mob comes. Actually, as they're moving down, you see this mob kind of join up with this one, and they sort of merge into one.
And because I'm not insane, I let them pass by.
Yeah, they're all shouting, get the Vlakoviches to the mansion, get her before she can lock the door. So they're all, but they're not moving quite as fast as she is by herself. So they're struggling to keep up right now. This one, kind of they'll coordinate a little bit and say, go try and get to the other side. And they'll kind of make a run for this alleyway. And with these mobs, they can share spaces with creatures, and they can fit into spaces smaller than themselves. All right, so they don't get a chance to attack anybody right now. They're still trying to catch their enemies. REYLYNN, it's your turn.
Can a crossbow do non-lethal damage?
I think raw it says no, but I don't know. Just it's fine with me. If you guys don't have a problem with it, I don't think it'll break anything.
Okay, I am going to hold my action with my crossbow sort of down, not necessarily pointing at him, but I am keeping an eye on Isaac, and as soon as he points that weapon at any of my allies, or the guards, but not necessarily the mobs, or any of Lady Wagner's people, then I want to attack with it.
So as soon as he points his arm at anybody, you attack with the crossbow to try.
Just my party plus the widow guards.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. 1 second.
Hey, angry mob's an angry mob. You know, that's.
They know what they signed up for.
Right, that's what happens when you carry pitchforks.
But I'm also not trying to attack him, but I'm also, I'm trying to find the balance between...
I think WAES is going to stab him in the face, so...
I've said all I can to try and convince everyone else, but,
Actually, WAES was on your side.
That's true.
He didn't want to kill Isak.
Doesn't have to. Still has a chance.
All right. So we are moving forward. Braylon's holding an action, and we get up to WAES. I don't know why at the end of every round it turns nighttime. Spooky. WAES, what do you want to do?
Dun, 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 dun.
So, so Isak is still next to me, and how's he looking?
Very, very poor.
Very, very poor. Okay. I'd like to hit him as hard as I can without killing him.
Okay. Please make an attack roll with your weapon of choice.
Heyo, 12 to hit. I've got a sneaking suspicion that ain't me.
Are you going to do something else that you need? That doesn't hit. Sometimes you can do things before you find out if something hits or misses. I wasn't sure if you were trying to modify your roll with something.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can use Psychic Dive to add on to it. Can I use it for an attack roll?
You tell me.
I'm looking. Yeah, I didn't think it was for an attack roll.
That makes sense.
Anywho, so for a bonus action, I will disengage.
Very good. That's something you can do.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's where I'm at right there. Good to go.
Okay. So we move forward.
Kind of trying to melt into the crowd there a little bit.
All right. Isak's turn. So he sees this mob of people go by. He's got Alexandria here trying to fight him. Those are all good targets. Say these priests kind of get exposed too, and they're sort of watching him, trying to maintain, making sure that the job gets finished. So he will make his targets from 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 of you. At this point, REYLYNN doesn't look so much like a brother.
Oh, kitty.
Yates. Times in a row. All right. So the first one he looks at is ALEXI. I've rolled a 1 3 times on my random who am I going to kill now roll. So ALEXI, you see these the fire growing bigger and bigger. He basically tries to turn it into a punch as the claw closes into a fist and it comes at you.
Crossbow triggers.
What's that?
Crossbow triggers.
Yep, it sure does.
7 to hit.
Not this time. He's really wrapped up with ALEXI and probably trying not to hit ALEXI. Who wants to piss that one off at this point? Okay, so the first attack comes in. Another nat 1. Woo, one of those nights.
Ducking and dodging.
I swear to God, another nat 1. All right, so he is.
Oh my God! Who did you piss off?
every last ounce of his weakening body, trying to like fling this fire at you and try and get one more soul to satisfy him inside. But the flames are just going over your heads at this point, and he's a kind of desperately sinking, pathetic figure at this point. ZAPH, your turn.
All right. Our problem solved of chaos. That is the nature of this land and these people. All right. And further insinuating on that chaos, I will once again harness the negative energy in the air, oh so growing in the current climate. Ooh, one of those is a crit. The other one is a 16.
Yes, they both hit.
All right, I'll handle the 16 first. Actually,
You're gonna kill him.
I'm not unconscious. I don't plan to straight out murder him.
Okay. So when your attacks come in, bam, bam, and the last remaining strength he had is gone, and he collapses. But it seems like you were nicking him at the end, and you still see a very, very slight rising of his torso as he lays on the ground, indicating he may still have some breath in him.
But then I have to even more damage.
Not with a crit, not with where he was at.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I just chaotic energy slamming into him, but holding back just a little bit just so he doesn't die where he stands.
I think only melee attacks can be non-lethal.
It's true, but just for this encounter, let's just see how it plays as an experiment, because
Got it.
we'll see
Also,
how
I feel
that
like
goes.
Isik being the type of NPC he is, I feel like he would go unconscious before.
That's fair.
So Isik falls down unconscious. Lady Fiona speaks out in order. She sees him goes down and says, "Bring him to my house." And the red cloaks and the black cloaks both start sort of responding in kind. Anything else, ZAPH?
I look at REYLYNN and say, if you wish to act on your brother, you must act now.
I'm just tapping my foot, waiting my turn.
Yeah. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay, IREENA.
I'm gonna nod at Lady Voctor as she starts to exit. I'm gonna walk up next to WAES, and I'm gonna use my action to cast message at REYLYNN. I'm gonna say, the deal is done. We need to figure out what to do. Let's get out of here. Take
Are these
him, I
guards
think.
still hostile?
My response is, what deal?
Yeah, they're still hostile.
Alright, I'll move
Oh,
past this
shit!
one.
Oh,
No!
How come they're not on the initiative? I've been missing them.
You
Oh,
missed
it's
them.
because I was just tracking one and you guys killed him and then he fell off. Okay.
Oh no.
Good enough.
That's my turn.
Okay. What'd you do?
I told REYLYNN that the deal that he doesn't know about is complete.
Oh.
As soon as Isaac went down, she messaged me, the deal is done, let's get out of here.
I
Oh,
forgot.
man.
I
When you-
forgot that REYLYNN doesn't know.
When you accidentally text an X, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened.
No, not.
Oh, delete.
Yeah.
Can I use a bonus action to move Hex over to this one right here?
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
It's whenever a target creature dies.
Goes down. Yeah,
it goes
yeah,
down.
it's no problem. All
Anyways, that's my turn.
All right.
The most
Irina spills
awkward
the
turn
beans.
in D&D history. Uh-oh.
All right.
I feel like I'm
So
in
what-
trouble with Dad.
I think you are.
10, 15, 20. Yeah, so these three come over and they start sort of putting Isik's arms over his chest and tying some rope around his legs. They don't actually get anything done yet. Oh, actually, yeah, that was just 30 feet. That wasn't a dash. So all three of them will use their action to basically bind Isaac. They've got his sort of a big burlap sack thrown over his a giant exposed arm that's still sparking a little bit, and they've got his arms and legs sort of hogtied behind him, and they're beginning to try and pick him up. But that's it for their turn. Lydia, we'll just say, disappears off the reservation into the crops and gardens, and she seems a little to disappear from anyone's view. The priests come over, and they will go ahead and take charge of Isik, and they'll start moving him away. Alexandria.
I want to find IREENA.
Yeah, she's up north. Still looking for her? She's right. Yeah.
There we go. I have 40 feet of movement. I want to say, all right, Isik is out, but I do not think he is dead. What do we do next?
Oh, do I get to answer?
Sure, you can say a word or two.
We're going to have to meet Lady Vaktor in an hour. I don't know what to do about this.
Maybe we need to talk to REYLYNN now.
I will. In my own way.
I will follow you.
Are you the right person to do that right now?
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, Angry Mob continues to go south. We know where they're heading. They're going straight to the Burgomaster's mansion. The gate guards basically disengage at this point and try actually, let me give them each like a charisma roll. Let's see how much willpower they have. Yeah, high DC to stay in this one. Oh, they're all cowards and they flee. Even though the mob has sort of passed by, they see danger sort of subsiding for the moment. They are a little wary of you guys. ZAPH, you can take an opportunity attack if you want. One of them close to you starts backing away.
Nah.
No kidding. Sounds fast to cheers.
REYLYNN, we're going to do your turn, and then unless anyone really wants a turn, we'll just back out of initiative, and we will talk about what happens after that.
Okay, can I mind link Lady Vaktor?
Of course.
I'm gonna say
No.
bind up his arm, but do not kill him, or you will unleash a great fury upon this world.
So
a great demon.
There's even more power inside him untapped, you say. That's about all you get from her on her off turn.
Well, shit.
Out of the pan.
Yep. Alright, well, that's my turn, because that's an action to do my mind link.
All right. So let's back out of initiative. We're going to end combat. The crowds you hear fading off into the distance, but it takes a while because they are incredibly loud as they go off to storm the Burgomaster's mansion. You don't see any sign of Victor or Lydia as they seem to have made it out ahead of the crowd. On stage, the gallows are smashed. The people who didn't involve themselves with the mob, all in all, are scattering back to their homes, a bit fearful. You see Isik being led away by 5 cloaked figures now, but you see more kind of coming out of the shadows by the houses on the way southwest and sort of join them, almost like a funeral procession, 3 on each side and then 4 on each side, escorting this body down the street. Lady Fiona and Ernst and the 2 sons following pretty quickly after. And then that basically leaves you guys and the... I'd say everybody else is gone. At your warning, Claudia Velasco took the kids back to the orphanage, and so they were all able to get out okay. They didn't get caught up in the mob. Father got out, Blinsky got out, all of the important NPCs that you guys know were wise enough to stay out of the mob and make it home. There's no surprises there. The Mardikovs disappeared very quickly.
Did the lady in the stocks get released?
Not yet. She is still there. None of the guards had any interest in freeing her. The Mardikovs went almost immediately back to the Blue Water Inn once something explosive started happening.
All right. Well, I'm going to let IREENA talk to REYLYNN, and I'm going to go let that lady out and smash the rest of the stocks, because fuck those things.
Okay. Very
Just a
well.
note,
Go ahead.
I am maintaining concentration on Hex. It lasts
keep
up to
that
8
up?
hours.
Okay, so there's going to be one guard out there who definitely has, you've got their number. You want to go get them, you can get them. And, yeah.
No, I thought it was on Isik.
No, he transferred over to a guard. All right, that's about it. You're left in the square. There's plenty of blood mingling with the rain. The rain actually stops about this point. The giant wicker ball still stands on the platform in homage to this terrible festival that never really went off the way Burgomaster planned. So what do you guys want to do? At this point, all the important people are out of the square, and it's you guys and a few lonely souls just looking around the mud for dropped objects. Oh, Burgomaster looting. You want to handle that? You get, off the bat, you get 45 gold worth of jewelry and stuff like that. You get his sword, which is, he's got a really nice longsword and a set of heavy plate armor. They're, what do you call it? Mundane. They're all mundane. They're just really, really nice and polished.
I just realized that I won't be able to use that Hex again unless I kill the guard, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop concentration on it.
All right, it's going to take me a little bit to. Could you repeat that, Devin? Sorry.
Yeah, one set of plate armor, one long sword, and 45 gold worth of jewelry and coin sacks and all the valuables that you collect off his body.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. So I'm actually going to take you guys off of this map and just put us back on the landing page. And there's not much else to do here in the town square.
So my eyes just dart straight to IREENA and mind-link her and say, "What deal?"
I'm going to respond in his mind. The city or the tome?
You guys want to do a little deception there? I don't really get into like PvP stuff, but I feel like at least with blatant lies, which that was, there should probably be a deception roll. If you want, Doug, you can decide what your own ability to check the inside of that is.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to do an insight roll against that, because the timing of it with...
Right.
Oh, no.
That's a 19. You got a chance.
This is perfect. It's the charisma caster lying to the wisdom cleric.
18.
Oh!
So close.
About for the ages. All right, REYLYNN. Well, you hear a hesitancy in her voice when she says city. Makes you think she might have made a deal for something more than just ownership or control of this town.
What do we do now? I say out loud to REYLYNN.
I respond, "You tell me. You're the one that just handed over the most powerful weapon to her." Out loud.
I'm going to respond. Of all of the people here, I am the only one that did not attack your brother.
Maybe not physically.
You tell me what you want to do.
I'm going back to the church. You can do whatever you want. And I start walking off.
We could get him back, But it would mean facing Lady Voctor.
We have to go see her anyways. In an hour, she will give us the tome. We can defeat Strahd. You're going to leave that behind, REYLYNN? Don't leave like this.
I do not believe we can defeat this monster without this book.
I just continue walking off. I don't respond to any of it.
All right.
All right, where are you guys walking to?
I'm going to look at ZAPH and the rest of them, and I'm going to say, what do we do now?
Well, we gave them a show.
I mean, we get the tome and we check out Lady Voctor's house and see how hard it would be to get REYLYNN's brother back.
You're so tired.
We could go to the Vistani camp.
We can't leave without REYLYNN.
So
We can't.
we need to check out Lady Voctor's house so we can tell him if it's possible to get his brother back.
I don't know how we do that. We have nothing. No invisibility, no spells, no nothing.
Well,
What?
we do have invisibility.
Well, that is good.
I mean, if we could at least be inside and look around her house, maybe we are sitting in the living room while you are talking to her, making deals, just like last time. And, ZAPH can take a look around.
I can make up to 2 people invisible. I can do the whole Dio and WAES thing again. That seemed to work last time.
I think that's great.
I
Do you
would think
think you
last time
can-
WAES did kind of summon a whole nest of vampires when he was sneaking around, but it wasn't really his fault.
If we do this, though, could we just get him out? I get the tome, you get him out. We all go.
I mean, can they carry him?
Oh, I think might be a bit of a tall order for.
Well, I feel like then you would need ALEXI.
Maybe WAES and I can go, be invisible.
And the two
Sure.
WAES is very sneaky and I'm very strong.
and the two talkers go talk.
Could work.
It is the
How about we
best
just
time.
go there and see what she says first? She might.
I don't think she will give him up.
Well, maybe not give him up, but come to an agreement.
Why did she take his body? It is very weird.
I don't know.
Well, she saw what he could do. I'm sure she already knew.
She does do necromantic magic. If she kills him, he is a powerful weapon.
Well, I don't know if she claims to understand the thing inside Isaac.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen if... I'm concerned of what may come out of Isaac if he is killed.
Yes. You saw what happened with that little boy in the orphanage. It will
What
be
if-
like that, but I think this thing is much more powerful.
What if we could get REYLYNN to propose that he will undergo the ritual again to try and dispel the demon inside Isaac?
But we
I
all
think-
go with him?
Lady Voctor might be curious enough to see the result of this test, and
He
REYLYNN
would
might
Sorry, go ahead.
REYLYNN might like the idea of getting another chance of saving his brother.
But he would need to sleep. We don't know what will happen to Isaac in between this time. Time is of the essence right now.
Oh, he cannot meditate with him again right now?
But he cannot fight that thing inside him. Without
But that thing is wounded because Isaac is wounded.
I don't know if it works like that.
But you don't know that it does not?
No, REYLYNN
So do
doesn't
we
know
go
either.
to do we
This
go
is
to
his life on the
REYLYNN?
line.
Do we go to REYLYNN and tell him we're going to try and get his brother out? Or do we just go and try and get his brother out?
I think
feel
it
like
would be
REYLYNN might be
helpful
a
to
key
have
factor.
him.
Well, someone other than me should talk to him.
I vote ZAPH or WAES.
I'll do it.
He's not going to talk to me right now.
Plus, I can fly, so I can kind of avoid many of the obstacles.
Yeah, go. Well, then, do you want to go and get him and we meet you over there?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we should go to the Voctor house and we do a
Get
little
Melvin.
outside reconnaissance. Yes, let's get Melvin.
Okay, you guys are pretty close to the stables. They're over by the Arisec stockyard, just east of the town square.
Oh, how far am I from the Martikovs?
From Blue Water Inn?
Yeah.
I mean, not far, a couple minutes up the road. They're at that Union Cross area or whatever that's pretty close to the town square. It's just up the road.
I want to run to the Blue Water Inn to stock up on oats before we go. I have a feeling that after we get the tome, we are going to need to get out of here quickly.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to run a couple of errands. Pick up Melvin, easy to do. Check on the Martikovs at the Blue Water Inn, and collect a little reconnaissance on Lady Voctor's house. So let's go ahead and call it there for tonight. Feel free to solidify any plans you want to do, and we'll pick it back up with Lady Voctor's house and hopefully getting the Tome of Strahd as payment for Isik.
I can't believe I did that.
Ray has the oats, by the way.
And then you lied to him. Oof.
Yeah.
Adding insult.
By the way, that 19 was a 10. I have a +9 with advantage.
Well, I don't have advantage and I have a +7, so I feel like that was a pretty good fight.
Yeah. Yeah, my first roll would have been an 18.
I know your insight's out of the fucking... I knew what I was doing because I was like, his insight is off the chain. I know this because he's always inciting everybody. But...
Well, thank you all for putting an excellent performance together for the talent show.
Yes,
Very
that was a lot of fun,
entertaining and
guys.
engaging.
Everybody.
And felt very easy to narrate a revolution after those speeches. So good job. I appreciate everybody.
it was a really good session.
I hope no one felt like I stepped on anyone's toes since I went rogue there.
Absolutely. I mean, this was your thing to do. No, this is... Yeah.
So sort of out of context, REYLYNN's definitely gonna go get 8 hours of sleep and then jump head in. Like, that's,
Can you take us with you?
I don't see how I would. I mean, we could all get in a meditation circle and see what happens.
I
I would
mean,
do it. But I have a dark power in me now, so probably not.
I am a dark power now. So
ZAPH is a dark angel.
yeah, fallen angels, dark elves, dark powers, and dark creatures. One shining light amongst us all.
Took less than a week.
Guide us, Daddy.
Yeah, we're a hot mess right now, REYLYNN. You need to get your chickens in a row.
you're the fucking babysitter in this group.
I got my own issues going on right now.
ZAPH's the mom, Ray's the dad.
Yeah. That's
I
the
guess
mom.
you're the one who
had a
like sets
stressful
fires
week.
and then says somebody better clean that up.
I'm the...
REYLYNN, you're just gonna have to clean all this up somehow. I'm gonna go this way. I'm exiting stage right. You're going stage left. That's the end of it.
I don't remember.
That was wild.
Did ZAPH know about the deal?
Yeah,
No.
everybody.
I don't think I
kinda
did.
told him.
No, because you were like
I
you didn't
didn't
know
think
how
I
to
know.
react.
I don't remember.
I
Whoever
think
takes
ZAPH
notes.
is the only one that doesn't know.
It wasn't in my notes, but I may not have taken super great notes.
I think you asked WAES and WAES said don't tell him. If
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Okay.
About what?
About telling ZAPH about the plan.
But I mean, I was attacking Isik purely off my own motives, just because.
Yeah, what I did have in my notes is you wanted to set Isik free by killing him.
Yeah, I thought it might be a good idea. Like,
Yeah,
in
but
my
he
mind,
told you that to your face.
In my mind, Isik is like sick. He's being controlled and tempted by this evil being, and I want to help him with that. I wasn't trying to flat out kill him right there, but I knew that he was struggling mentally, so might be best if you just go to night-night, buddy.
Okay, so you were talking to WAES. WAES was not on board because it didn't align with his plans. And then before you got a chance to talk to ZAPH was when they all came in and
That was it.
woke us all up.
That was it. I didn't get a chance to talk to Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to.
Well, that might actually work out for you guys, because the first thing I'm asking him is, did you know? So...
And my response would be no, but I was very honest with my intentions with Isik.
But that's different than
killing him for the greater, like, for...
This is my favorite party. Like, this is just the best party. Like,
I can't say the
everybody has
same
so
right now. I'm
much
joking.
shit. You know you love it. The drama's great.
REYLYNN hates it. I'm
No,
really
but Doug
enjoying
can
it.
like.
Yeah.
Doug can like it.
I like the whole storyline. I think it's, you know, I hope I brought out a little bit of my inner IREENA and busting out a speech that no one was expecting.
It was so good.
For
so
sure.
good.
Oh man, I just like, I feel like everyone's performance played it with each other so well.
Yeah. Well, we
Like, I
had a
love how-
clear message going in.
I love how like ZAPH and WAES both were like subtly like implying.
It's gradual. It built on itself.
Order matters.
And then I'm just like, what's up? And then IREENA, the whole shape-shifting thing, like that was
fantastic.
that was awesome.
What a culmination.
So
It was. The whole thing was great. It was a great session. I'm gonna go listen to it because it's so fantastic.
Yeah, that was one that was definitely worth recording.
I'm glad we recorded this.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened.